Ba ba da ba ba. Whee! Hello, everybody that's out there on YouTube. It's your boy Maxwell coming to you with another video review. And in today's video, we're going to be going into part 2 of the Power of the Primes Rodimus Unicronus video review. And in part 2, we are actually going to be taking a look at the full-on combination and the full-on might that is Rodimus Unicronus. So here we are, and there he is. And as we stated last week, in part 1, we would look at the packaging when I got it, but I don't have his packaging, but I still got his card. Look at that card. That art is beautiful. And there it is. Rodimus Primus Prima Unicronus. Hooray for the card. So, moving right along, here we have Rodimus Unicronus, full on in his space Winnebago mode. And much like with my thoughts with regards to in his vehicle, with the standalone, I love this. When I remember when they announced that they were going to do this, the Rodimus Prime mold as this, I'm like, okay, I could get behind that. And then when you got to see what it truly comes out to be, I'm like, consider me down. So yeah, like I've said, here he is in his space Winnebago mode. So let's get in closer so we can take a look at some of the detailing. A lot of paint, tempograph and sticker detailing throughout. You do not have to apply the stickers, which is nice. Nice graded detailing here. And all around, just really, really nicely done. This is a really cool, very fun figure. I really do enjoy it. Here's the top. We can see that his weapons do plug in onto ports on his backside here. And so, yeah, and having them on there in this mode just kind of helps to add to the whole murder Winnebago mode feel to it. Here's the front, and here is the bottom. Here we got the Nemesis Hot Rod, and here's the rest of the armor. It does have 6 rolling wheels, and it does roll as rolling things should. So hooray for rolling. And for comparison today, here we're going to be here he is next to that of the Titan's Return Hot Rod. You can see just how these guys scale together. Yep, deluxe class, leader class. Definitely see differencing that way. And just because I do not have Generation 1 Rodimus Prime, but I do have Generation 1 Hot Rod, because I can do it, because this is my channel. I'm so precious. Oh, so precious. You go. I love that G1 Hot Rod. I really do. I really do. So yeah, there's not really too much else to talk about it. I mean, the weapons store, and they only store up here, so yeah, that's nice and cool. We're going to take his guns off and put them off to the side and just kind of do one more kind of pan look around on the figure. And yeah, just really cool, very nice, very innovative what they did with this. But I think that just about does it for the vehicle mode. So let's get him transformed and into his robot mode. So this is the reason why I did this in a two-part video, because I personally feel like each one deserves its own video review. So to start off with, we're going to come over here to the side here where we got the whole assembly of various different parts and pieces. And we're going to come down here to this section here where the smokestacks are, and untab that. And this just kind of tabs in from this tab here onto this tab here. From here, we want to kind of push in this tab a little bit and bring up these smokestacks. Bring them up like so. Take this whole section here, pull that off to the side, and it has this little tab section here that goes over this little tab right here. And we'll close that back up like so. Take this whole assembly here and just bring that back like so, and that just tabs into spot right here with this tab onto this slot. Same thing on the other side. Untab that, undo that, bring that up, bring this all the way back and around, and close that up. From here, it kind of undoes it, but there's this tab that tabs in right above the car, and then there's two little ports right here, tabs right here, and here on him, that tab into these big sections on the outside of his shins, which is a really cool, really innovative way to do this. From here, what you want to do is take the section that is the forearms and forearms, and just well, first off, just bring these sections up and bring them around so that way we can see where his arms are and stuff. And these kind of slot tab, there we go, into here. There's like various different tabs and stuff that kind of just hold everything together, and his arms are technically tabbed in together like so. So then they just come apart like that. Take those, and we're going to put those off to the side. And we're going to focus on this section now. Start off with, we want to bring his feet down, and they just tab. There's a tab, the slot here that goes over this tab right here. So tab and slot. Untab those. Flip out his ginormous Heelys. From there, we want to untab his legs, and they just have these big tabs on both sides that just tab into his shins there. And bring them up like so. Take this whole assembly section here and just untab that. Bring it up, and then these two posts will go into these two ports like so. And then these just tab back together like so. And then this section here, we're going to take and turn around. And we're going to straighten everything out. And flip down this hip skirt piece here. There's actually a level of nice detailing on the inside here. I might forget to mention it later, so I'm going to mention it now. And then untab his legs. So there we got that. And now we're going to raise up our camera as best as we can. Whoop. Whoop. There we go. I'm going to take this section and put it off to the side here. And before I forget as well, here we have the Matrix of Chaos, which is the Matrix of Unicron. And we'll just kind of pull that out so we can see. Get a look at it a little bit better. It is a translucent red that's in there. And you can swap this out with some of the other Prime Master, like a little core head figures if you want. So that is an option and capability if you want. Me personally, I just like to leave it like that. And so we're going to just put that back in there like so. And we'll take that and put that off to the side. And now we take this section of Nemesis Hot Rod. To start off with, we're going to undo his legs like we're going into his robot mode. And kind of just bring them off to the side. And then take this whole assembly here and bring it up on that hinge that is right here. From there, we want to take the arms and untab them from the body and then bring them down on their hinge sections. Do that on both sides. Take his legs and have him do full splits. And then take the whole body and at this hip section here, split it and bring it down. From there, we want to take this section here of the shins and bring them in, and you'll hear it go click into place. Rotate it around like so. Do the same thing on the other side. Just bring it down, click it into place, bring it around like so. And there we got that section all done. And so now, and we got the head, and we'll get into looking at the details and stuff here in a moment. From here, what we want to do is this whole section here will just slot in right back here, and then his hips will tab in right in here. So we'll just get that all centered and lined up and press down to tab in. So we got all that. And then we'll just bring this down, and then his forearms are going to tab in to place, kind of just helping to hold all of that in place. So there we got that. Oop. These just his shoulders, and then we bring in his forearms, and so they just each clip in on. They've got 2 clips that go into clip holders. There we go. Nice tight connection there, and do the same thing on the other side. Clip. There we go. Clip it into place, and I think we're done. Are we done? Yes, we're done. Woo, we're done. And here we have Rodimus Unicronus in his mighty, mighty robot mode. And let me say, this is a leader class baddie. So let's get in close so we can take a look at some of the detailing. Raise the camera up a little bit, back as high as it'll go. And let's take a closer look at his noggin. Look at that beautiful, beautiful head sculpt. Very reminiscent of the Shattered Glass Hot Rod, Rodimus. Very cool with the whole goatee aesthetic and getup. Hence is why I wanted this figure. And just coming down all sorts of gooey levels of evilness. And I love this. I love this little detailing on his knees. They actually say Rodimus. So yeah. Here is how he looks from the front. From the side, he does have backpack, but oh well. It's forgivable in my opinion. So yeah, here's the back, and here's the other side. And yeah, just all around, he is a really cool, very fun, very meaty, big figure. Articulation for this guy, head only swivels. It does not look up or down, just due to how everything works out. Shoulders, due to the way that they're made up of his shins, kind of can move up and down off of this hinge here. And they do have multiple points for rotating, and they can go in and out a little bit due to the knee joint there. There is a bicep swivel, little over 90 degrees of bend. Wrist swivel, nothing at the waist due to how everything works. This panel up here moves out to the side here, and his legs can go forward that far on a ratcheted joint and can go back only that far before the backpack gets in the way. Splits can only go out that far before his hip sections here get in the way. Thigh rotation, around 90 degrees of bend in the knee, and you can go the other way due to transformation, so you can totally go like, I broke my leg, if you wanted. And he does have ankle tiltage, and they can go up and down because of transformation. So yeah, he also can hold his gun, and the nice thing is these two halves of the gun do combine together with this port going over this post here. And you get one big ol' evil gun of Rodimus Unicronus. And he can hold that into his hand, and he can hold that nice and securely, and he can go pew, bang, pew, bang, pew, bang, all you want. At least on my copy of it, wow, that's actually one of the best that's ever held together. It doesn't always like to hold together the two halves of the gun. And so the fact that it's holding together and on camera is remarkable. So yeah, there we got that. Bringing him and putting him off to the side. Now, for comparison. We're going to start off out of the semi-ordinary with doing a couple of other comparisons before we compare them with other hot rods. Starting off with is Siege Deluxe Class Refractor. Yeah, he's a big evil boy. We got that. Here he is next to Voyager Class Siege Megatron. So we can get a sense of scaling that way. Here he is next to Titan's Return Voyager Class Astro Train. So we can see how he compares with the Voyager from that point in time. That looks good. Here he is next to Leader Class Astro Train. Granted, he's without all his bits, but hey. Hey! Hey! Anywho. Here he is next to Leader Class Soundwave from Titan's Return. And yeah, other than the recent Earthrise one, he's still among my favorite Soundwaves. There you got that. Speaking of Soundwaves, here he is next to the new Deluxe Class Cyberverse Soundwave. Because why not? Because I can do that. This is my channel. Here he is next to Combiner Wars Bruticus. So we can see how he scales with a combiner. And yeah. Just all kinds of, yeah. With that. And just simply also because, before we get into our hot rod comparisons, this is my channel. I do what I want on my channel. And he's new and showcasing him for the first time on Maxwell's Reviews. Here he is next to Titan Class Devastator. He's tiny compared to him. Okay. Also, since I've got him here, help get me to 100 subscribers, and I will do a 7-part video review on him. Help me get to that point. There we got that. And yes, he's a big boy. Heavy. He's heavy. And now, finally, here he is next to Deluxe Class Hot Rod from Titan's Return. Just my camera here. There we go. So it's more centralized. So we can see just how big he really is. You know, I'll be honest, when they first announced the Hot Rod Rodimus Prime thing, I thought it was going to be just like an upgrade pack that came with this figure. I am so glad they didn't do that. I love this figure, don't get me wrong. And if I get the Studio Series one, this guy will still hold a special spot in my heart as being my first Hot Rod figure. But then again, they've also got a new upcoming... Anyway, we got that. And here he is next to G1 Hot Rod. Because she is so precious. Oh, so precious. And I'm stealing this from Emgo. Because it's precious. Woo. There you go. So there you go. There you have my review for the Transformers Power of the Primes Leader Class Rodimus Unicronus. I think that this is a really powerful way to end off this particular figure because, in all honesty, he is really cool, really awesome, really nice. If you can get him, I would say definitely track him down and get him because even though it's not the greatest Rodimus Prime figure, but simply for the fact that it does both Hot Rod and Rodimus Prime, or in this case, it is Rodimus Unicronus, a black and purple color scheme for the Hot Rod Rodimus Prime thing. It is so worth it, and he holds a very good dear spot on my Decepticon shelf. And what can I say except for that's powerful and an intimidating figure. I will say this, you probably had put it best in his review about this figure. He's just, ugh. He's there. He commands presence. So I think that will just about do it. So if you liked what you saw, please be certain to like, comment, subscribe, share this video with whomever you think might like it, and don't forget to check me out on social media. Links will be in the description down below. And I think that will just about do it. And so until next time, crazy kids, we will catch you all later. Camera fall down.
You will be certain to like and subscribe for more of Maxwell's reviews. I'll be making sure of it.